We've mapped the stars, explored the deepest trenches of the ocean. But there's one place more mysterious than all of them: the human mind. What if the answers to the world's greatest mysteries aren't out there, but hidden inside you? From memories that don't belong to us, to powers the brain shouldn't possess. Tonight, we explore 10 psychological phenomena so strange, even science struggles to explain them. This is Watchers of the Unknown, and you're about to enter the unknown within. 1. Déjà vu, the memory that shouldn't exist. You step into a room you've never seen before. A chill runs down your spine. Everything feels familiar. You know you've been here, but logic says you couldn't have. That's déjà vu, a fleeting, vivid sense that a moment is repeating itself. Modern science suggests it's a glitch, a short circuit between short-term and long-term memory systems. But here's what they can't explain. Why do people sometimes predict what will happen next during déjà vu and get it right? Others experience déjà vécu, not just a moment, but entire conversations and days they swear they've already lived. Is it reincarnation, an echo from a parallel dimension, or proof that time isn't as linear as we believe? 2. Foreign accent syndrome, a new voice, a new identity. In 2006, a British woman suffered a severe migraine. When she woke, her voice was no longer her own. She now spoke with what sounded like a Chinese accent, and it never went away. This rare condition, foreign accent syndrome, is real, caused by strokes, head trauma, or unknown neurological triggers. It rewires speech patterns in the brain. But the real mystery? Some patients develop accents they've never heard before. No exposure, no cultural link, just new. Could these be past life echoes, genetic memory, or are our brains capable of accessing buried linguistic information from somewhere else? 3. Hyperthymesia, the people who remember everything. Meet Jill Price. She remembers every day of her life since she was 12. What she wore, the weather, every detail, every pain. She suffers from hyperthymesia, a condition so rare, fewer than 30 people worldwide are diagnosed. Their memories work like a video recorder, instant, permanent, overwhelming. They don't memorize. They live memories again, as if time itself folds. But here's the catch. They can't forget trauma either. The brain becomes a prison of perfect recall. Is this an evolved form of memory? Or is forgetting actually a survival trait? What would happen to you if you could never forget anything? 4. Out-of-body experiences, the floating soul. You're in surgery. Anesthesia kicks in. Suddenly, you're above the room, watching everything unfold. Thousands report this same phenomenon. Out-of-body experiences, or OBEs. Skeptics say it's hallucination from oxygen deprivation. The patients have described tools used during surgery, conversations held after they flatlined, even details they couldn't have seen unless they left their bodies. Some blind patients reported visual OBEs, despite having never seen before. Are we more than flesh and neurons? Is consciousness not bound to biology? And if so, where does it go when we die? 5. The Mandela effect. When reality shifts. You remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. So do thousands of others, but he didn't. Welcome to the Mandela effect. Mass false memories of events that never happened. It's not just Mandela. Did you grow up with the Berenstain Bears? Think again. It's spelled Berenstain. Or that famous line, "Luke, I am your father." Wrong again. Psychologists blame memory distortion. But what if it's something else? Some theorize we're shifting between parallel realities, each slightly different, and these misremembered details are the residue. If true, it means we're not just forgetting, we're crossing dimensions. 6. Cotard's delusion, believing you're dead. They walk, they talk, but they believe they are dead. Cotard's delusion, or walking corpse syndrome, is a psychiatric disorder so rare, some doctors go their entire careers without seeing a case. Patients believe they have no blood, no organs. Some insist they've already passed into the afterlife. In extreme cases, they request to be buried alive. Science attributes it to brain damage in areas related to identity and perception, but that doesn't explain why the mind would invent death. Could this be the brain sensing something the body doesn't, or a soul out of sync with its vessel? 7. Sudden savant syndrome. Talents from nowhere. A man falls, hits his head, and wakes up able to play piano like Mozart. This isn't fiction. It's sudden savant syndrome, where trauma awakens extraordinary abilities in previously normal people. The case of Derek Amato, for instance. He couldn't read music until his accident. Now, he plays flawlessly by ear. Science says the brain may unlock hidden skills. But how do untrained people suddenly master math, art, or language? Are we all born with dormant genius? Or is something else, maybe beyond us, working through them? 8. Folie à deux, the shared mind. In 1980s France, twin sisters believed they were both Jesus Christ. They shared this delusion so completely, they spoke in unison, mirrored movements, and even self-harmed together. This phenomenon is called folie à deux, shared psychosis. What begins in one mind spreads to another. But unlike influence or persuasion, the delusion becomes real for both. How does this happen? How does one belief override two independent realities? Could this be a psychic link, or evidence the mind is more contagious than we ever imagined? 9. Reincarnation memories in children. A child in Lebanon recalls a village from the 1940s. He names relatives, remembers how he was buried, even where he was buried. Everything checked out. Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist at the University of Virginia, spent decades documenting cases like this, many with verifiable details. These children speak of things they were never told, languages they never learned, people they never met, but describe in full. Skeptics claim it's suggestion, but at 3 years old, before reading, media, or influence? If true, it begs the question, does memory transcend death? 10. The placebo effect, healing by belief. Imagine taking a sugar pill and your pain vanishes. Your blood pressure normalizes. Your depression lifts. This is the placebo effect, where belief alone triggers healing. In trials, people given fake treatments show real recovery. Even placebo surgeries have resulted in healing. The brain isn't just responding, it's commanding the body to act. But how? Are we tapping into an unconscious ability to heal ourselves? And if so, why haven't we unlocked its full potential? Could belief be the most powerful medicine of all? The brain is the engine of thought, memory, and emotion. But behind its logic and chemistry lies a universe we barely understand. Maybe the true final frontier isn't outer space, it's the space between your ears. This is Watchers of the Unknown, and we'll see you in the next mystery.